Hey guys, so today makes 7 days in a row climbing my 7 all the way up here to the top of Brown Mountain. And I rode my single speed 8 days in a row last series and finished up the following 7 days on a geared bike for a total of 15 days in a row of riding. This is a little bit tougher because it's 7 days straight on my single speed coming all the way to the top. Last time I didn't go to the top every single ride. I'll see how many rides I could do going all the way to the top, but sometimes I run out of time. And that's the setup with my my big 21 tooth CamelBak, and it's about I've gone down to 20 climbing up here, but it's a little bit grueling with that and these bigger 2.6 inch tires. So that's how I've got it set up. Oh, do I got a sticker? No, that's good. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about some of the gear. That's another thing that makes climbing up here a little bit tougher. I always carry a little washcloth, wipe off my sweat. There's my gloves, my water bottles. I got a couple water bottles because I don't put water in my pack in the winter. I just carry the water bottles. And that's what I want to talk to you about, the pack. I use a CamelBak, and I'll show you what I carry up. It's the CamelBak K.U.D.U 12. So there's a bigger one. I think it's a K.U.D.U 18. But I carry the K.U.D.U 12. I think they have a newer one out. Looks a little bit different. And it's a pretty nice pack. If you want to carry pads, it's got these little straps here that you can attach some pads here. I don't carry a lot of pads. I have some knee pads. So that's what I'll start off. I'll show you those. Those are right here. These are just some Troy design, simple neoprene type knee pads. And then the rest of it's filled with just stuff that I might need coming up here, and I don't want to get stuck. So in here it's got a little here's my light. It kind of got velcro to there. I have a air gauge. This is called the Air Checker by SKS. It's a digital air gauge. Show you what that looks like. But when you're running real low pressure like I do, I push the envelope to the low pressure. It's nice to have an air gauge to know exactly what your pressure is. So I'm going to put that over here because I'm going to use that in a second. And it has a little thing that clips your keys there, so I have my keys right there. And up here it's got like a padded zip pocket that I have the glasses cleaner, the things for the lens, some chapstick, and a little toothpick type thing. This part would be where the water bladder would go in. I don't have a water bladder, but I have some in case I need to use the bathroom. I got some baby wipes in there. And here's what makes this pack different. It's got this impact. I don't know if you can read that. It's called impact protection. So it has this thick pad back here. That's why I like wearing a full CamelBak, to protect your back, to protect your spine. So that pad in there, and you can see it right here, it's going to protect your spine and your back. Your spine is ultimately important. If you know anything about your body, you should know how important it is that you protect your spine. This is a vest. I've kind of wadded it up and rolled it up, got it as small as possible. I have my my air pump. I love this air pump. It's by Silka, and it's amazing how smooth it is. Even when I have a lot of pressure, it's really smooth. And what I like about it, it has a hose attached. And I was using the Lazine, but the Lazine hose you have to thread onto your Presta valve. But this one just has a chuck that you just clamp it on like that. So what's nice about that is when I was unthreading it, my Lesign one from my Presta valve, it was pulling out my core, and then I would have to air the whole thing up all over again because I'd actually pull out my core. So this will never pull out my core. So that's what's nice about that. Then I have a lot of stuff for fixing flats here. So I have sealant. For the most part, a lot of little flats, you could just put more sealant in there and then it'll seal up the tiny little hole. If it's got a bigger hole, then you use these, this is a little thing called, I got off on Amazon. It's got a little valve core remover, and then it has this little thing to put those little bacon strips in there. What's nice about this is you put it like that, and you can, and it gives you a little more leverage to push that bacon strip in there. And then I have a pack of bacon strips. I have the thick ones, and the reason I like this one, it's got the small fork for the thinner bacon strips, and then it's got the bigger fork for the bigger bacon strips. Depending on how big that hole is, that's what you would push in. And then here's a pack of the bacon strips, and they're in here, and they literally look like bacon strips. So if I can, they're really sticky. So here's the thinner ones, and that's the thicker ones, and you pull one of these off, and then you put it on. You use that to, and it's real sticky. So it's a tire plug, made for bikes, made for bike tires. So that's there. I keep it in that pack to keep that stickiness from drying up. I have a tire lever with some duct tape. You never know when you're going to need duct tape. I have a big 20-gram CO2, and then this big CO2 chuck to thread onto that. And this is nice because it's, you push it like that to push the CO2 in. I don't like the threaded part, but it's one that I have. I have another one. I have one of these on each of my bikes. And so I have a real small one on my gravel bike. So that's all that stuff for the flat, basically. And believe me, I've used this when I got a flat, because usually you don't have enough sealant running around in your tire. It kind of gets dried up or stuck to the inside of the tire, and you never have it when you need it. So having that in place really helps out. So this is pretty heavy with just this stuff right here. Then I also have this multi-tool. Oops, I'm not really showing you guys this multi-tool, and this is the you can see you read it here, but it's the Crank Brothers, the M19. So there's 19 tools here. It's got all your Allen wrenches on this side. On this side, it's got the Torx and your regular Phillips and regular screwdriver, different sizes. And then on this side, it's got your chain braking tool or chain pin insertion tool, whichever way you want to do it. So that's always, you always have to have something like that, because you're riding a bike with a chain, so you want to be able to repair your chain. And what else is down there? A little handkerchief, and I believe that's about it down there. A little little thing here that holds my phone right here. So my phone's right there. In here I have some more wipes. And this one is the Silka gear wipe. When your hands get dirty, you've been working on something. And then I have these little, I just keep these in here, these little Lesign instant tire patches. And that's nice to have some instant tire patches in case you use your tube and it flats, and then you don't have a second tube, so you can repatch that first tube, hopefully. So you know, that's the main thing. I want to be able to patch my tire, I want to be able to patch my tube, and that's the main thing I carry that stuff with. And that's about it. But I like having a pack. I like having all this stuff in my pack. It really helps me feel secure that I'm not going to get stuck up here. I'm 7 miles up in the mountains right now. It's not a long walk, but I definitely don't want to have to walk it if I don't have to. I want to ride. So that's what I carry. That's the gear I carry. Hopefully that came out okay on video. Oh, a little hat. I got it dirty. And I usually carry some goggles too, but I didn't bring my goggles today. So that's it, you guys. And thanks for watching. Getting ready to go down the mountain and enjoy my ride down the mountain on my 7 single speed for 7 days in a row coming up here. Talk to you later.